The animals that inhabit our world are amazing and deserve our respect. But they can fool us sometimes. What might seem like a tiny, cute octopus is in reality an animal that could kill you within minutes. Danger, and especially dangerous creatures, fascinate us. So we have compiled a list of the top 10 most deadliest animals in the world. The animals in this comparison documentary traverse the land looking for prey, or lie in the depths of the ocean, waiting to pounce on an unsuspecting fish or human. Let us know in the comments if you agree with our selection for the number 1 spot of the deadliest animal in our list. Number 10. The African bush elephant. Despite their size, the African bush elephant can disappear very easily in tall brush, and their ears enable them to hear you long before you hear them. Their olfactory sense is extraordinary, enabling them to smell you from 1 mile. And because they are gargantuan, they generally do not run away or hide. Full-grown elephants have 0 natural predators. Nothing dares tangle with them. They can run 25 miles an hour for 100 meters, which is faster than Usain Bolt. African bush elephants are hyper-aggressive during moost. Moost is the period when male elephants' reproductive hormones, mostly testosterone, rise 60 times higher than normal. This makes the elephant want to mate with any female elephant it sees, and fight everything else. Moost causes extreme irritation and puts male elephants in a severely foul mood. It is during moost that elephants have been known to charge through 2 direct hits from a .460 Weatherby Magnum, ordinarily more than sufficient to drop it in its tracks, and trample the hunter to death, flip safari jeeps, and gore through chassis. These 6-ton elephants have been witnessed flinging black rhinoceros 14 feet over their heads, kicking down 4-foot-thick trees, and snapping anchor chains used to hold them. They are smart enough to angle their tusks into the chain links, and pop them loose if they cannot overpower the iron. Number 9. The African lion. A full-grown male lion is about 6 inches taller than a tiger, and weighs anywhere from 330 to 550 pounds, 150 to 250 kilos. This size makes it sound as though the lion should be ungainly, but the opposite is true. They can charge at 50 miles per hour for over 100 meters, and male lions have been seen jumping 4-rail fences with cows in their mouths. They can spring 12 feet straight up into the air, and leap 40-foot gorges. Their mortal enemy, the hyena, is no match for them one-on-one, but even when they attack in packs, a single male lion can stand his ground admirably. Lions have been known to slash the tires of safari jeeps, to immobilize them and the tourists inside. To ward them off, the guides play recordings of elephants trumpeting. The 2 most infamous lions are known as the Tsavo man-eaters of 1898. From March to December, they killed and ate as many as 135 railway workers in Tsavo, Kenya. They were gigantic, even for lions, measuring over 9 feet long, and required 8 men to carry them. Their hunter, Colonel John Patterson, shot the second one no less than 8 times with a .303 Lee Enfield before the lion succumbed. Number 8. The Sea Wasp Box Jellyfish. Chironix fleckeri, a box jellyfish also known as a sea wasp, is present throughout the coastal waters of Australia. This animal's stingers discharge venom with immense power when it pierces a prey's skin. The sting may instantly lead to symptoms such as hypotension, pain, necrosis, cardiovascular collapse, and finally, cardiac arrest. Although this sounds like the Irukandji jellyfish, the smallest type of box jellyfish, the Chironix fleckeri is much different. It can grow to the size of a basketball, which means that this jellyfish can push even more venom into the nervous system of its prey. The sea wasp box jellyfish is deadlier than some of its cousins because there is almost no time to treat the symptoms after someone is stung. Victims can die in minutes. Many people die at the hospital while being treated, or even in the ambulance. Number 7. The Inland Taipan. These snakes are extremely shy and always try to escape any large animal's presence. It is only by cornering one that it bites. The median lethal dose of its venom is 30 micrograms per kilogram. It injects an average of 44 milligrams per bite, which is 44,000 micrograms. The venom itself is comprised of taipoxin, named after the snake. This is one of the most powerful natural toxins ever known, and stops the brain's communication with the muscles, causing death by asphyxia. Antivenom is 100% successful, provided that you don't have to travel 200 miles to a hospital, since its habitat is in the center of the Australian outback, where very few humans ever bother to venture. A bite on the calf, injecting 44 milligrams, will drop a 200-pound human within 300 meters of running, or 45 minutes of resting pulse. Number 6. The shark. The shark has zero natural predators, except perhaps larger sharks. All sharks have a superlative sense of smell to make up for their bad eyesight. They can smell a drop of blood in an Olympic swimming pool. So they could detect a bleeding swimmer from 5 miles away, and with a single bite can tear off 31 pounds of flesh. In theory, sharks are always hungry, and a 20-foot specimen can bite with 4,000 pounds of force, which is more powerful than the impact of a .375 H&H Magnum rifle round. The shark's most incredible ability is called electroreception. They have organs in their heads called ampullae of Lorenzini. Every time any animal moves, it generates a very slight electrical field, and sharks can actually sense this electricity. Thus, a person treading water looks like lightning to a shark. A great white can detect half a billionth of a single volt. If it is within 100 meters, it can detect the voltage of your heartbeat. Number 5. The Cape buffalo. The Cape buffalo is by far a very dangerous game animal. It is sufficiently thick-skinned to require an elephant rifle, and is the animal most responsible for the introduction of double-barreled rifles. You may think touring Africa's grasslands in a safari jeep is safe, and were it not for the Cape buffalo, you would be fairly correct. They may charge without any provocation at all, and they overturn jeeps, trucks, and vans by ramming them headfirst. A 2,000 pounds male can run 40 miles an hour for more than 100 meters. Some professional hunting guides refuse to hunt them, for fear the paying hunter will miss. The Cape buffalo gores and tramples to death over 200 people every year. More kills, possibly, than any other African animal. Number 4. Siafu Ants. Siafu ants are also called driver ants, safari ants, and army ants. They live primarily in Central and East Africa, both in jungle and on savanna. They have no eyes and communicate and navigate by smelling pheromones, and every few years a colony of several million ants will decide to pick up and move in search of more fruitful hunting grounds. They have venom and can sting with their abdomens, but it is insufficient to kill large animals. Instead, they rely on their bite. They have mandibles strong enough to cut through rhinoceros hide. And when the colony relocates, every animal in the entire area of many square miles leaves, and may not return for weeks. Other ants will let go if you submerge in water. Siafu ants will hold their breath and bite for 3 minutes underwater. A colony can strip an elephant to the bone in a month, and during that time nothing else, except bacteria, can approach the carcass. Vultures land on it and immediately fly away, kicking ants off their feet. Number 3. The Blue-Ringed Octopus. The blue-ringed octopus is a sea animal that seems like it's straight out of an alien film. With its long, tentacle-like arms, this octopus is most likely to be seen while it's lying around not doing much. But when it senses danger, it lights up like fireworks on the 4th of July, with blue rings and lines along its body. If those warning signs aren't visible and you come into contact with its venomous bite, then you will suffer muscle weakness, respiratory failure, and probably death. There is no known antivenom. Number 2. The mosquito. The mosquito is possibly responsible for more deaths throughout history than any other macroscopic animal. They're easy to kill, but typically not until they bite you. The reason they are extremely dangerous is because they transmit diseases infectious to humans and livestock, many of them fatal without treatment. Malaria is the most well-known, which can kill 20% of the time in severe cases, even with treatment. They also transmit West Nile virus, lymphatic filariasis, tularemia, dengue fever, yellow fever, and others. All of these can kill. In addition to the lethal diseases they carry, mosquitoes can kill on their own. They are feared throughout the Australian and the Southern Sahara, where shallow deluges provide them excellent breeding in the water. When the larvae hatch, they attack in swarms of over 1 billion insects, descending on cows and camels and draining them of blood within 10 minutes. Number 1. The human. In 200,000 years of the modern human species, the only thing we've been able to do consistently well is kill each other. All animals fight, but only humans wage war. We are the only species that has ever existed on Earth to have attempted the elimination of entire species. And we are always getting better at it. Always pushing scientific knowledge. One of the first things for which science is put to use is the invention of new methods of wiping out more and more people. We think of ourselves as predators, usually with a sense of pride. Nevertheless, on even terms, the human would not stand half a chance in a fight to the death with most of the other entries on this list. But that only incites us to pick the fight, and we do so by the one method in which we have no equals: thinking. Given the proper preparation, typically guns, we are more than a match for any other organism on this list. And that fills us with malicious and sporting glee. Check out our other videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.